If you're into Cardano or an ADA holder, or if you're just in crypto, big news coming out of IOG today. Check this out.
We have this thing called Midnight.
First off, congrats to Charles. Congrats to the IOG team. Designed for developers. Built for humanity. Midnight. So big news today. IOG announces Midnight, a new blockchain to protect data and safeguard technology freedoms. Blockchain developer IOG has revealed it's creating a data protection-based platform to allow users to operate more freely and securely by safeguarding sensitive personal and commercial data. Data protection focused blockchain. That's what we're looking at right here. Data protection. In this video, towards the end, I'm going to talk about the data protection versus privacy coin thing. This topic. I'm very curious and I want to know your comments below. So leave a comment. Web2 created worldwide communities where people could share and connect with one another. That is true. We see it every time. Right now, as I do this video and you're watching it, we see that. That's happening. We're connecting. Twitter, same thing. However, this came at the cost of centralized control, leading to censorship, surveillance, and a loss of ownership over data. Web3 promised a new paradigm without censorship or control over user data. But so far, solutions either reveal too much data or are too secret for many use cases. We've seen the rapid increase in just losing control of our data. I mean, this is the world we live in, and it seems to get worse in terms of our data just being out there. And it's how do we achieve bringing back control of our personal data, personal information, personal data? And so Web3 acting as kind of an avenue for that to happen, and now Midnight really kind of bringing into play the true utility of Cardano to achieve this goal. Called Midnight, it introduces a new paradigm for online interaction, allowing users to control the data they choose to reveal and keep the rest off the internet. It's how much more could we ask for, right? Control our data and just choose what we want to reveal. It's such a simple premise. The platform will use zero-knowledge cryptography and a combination of private and public computation, creating a trustless ecosystem that safeguards the sensitive personal and commercial data. One reason this is so intriguing to me is many of you know I run a recruiting firm. We recruit for startups. We help them build their teams. I've recruited for a crypto protocol. Actually, it's pretty well known today that utilizes zero-knowledge proof. And I've also recruited outside of crypto, a health company, an AI company that is very much focused on data protection. And they utilize federated machine learning and all of these things. And so we're seeing these two worlds collide in terms of data privacy, data privatization. And so here we are, Midnight being released, and we're starting to see how Cardano can be utilized to achieve these things. Through the platform, companies will be able to share mission critical information such as financial data directly with each other while proving they have met regulatory requirements without revealing any other confidential information. What an amazing concept, right? It's choosing to share the information that we want to be able to share, even in business transactions. Charles said, we need systems that provide people with the freedom to work, collaborate, and interact while maintaining control and autonomy over data. Again, it's not too much to ask for. And it's cool to see Cardano being utilized in being able to provide tools for this, namely Midnight, as we're looking at. Now, I want to pivot the conversation a little. This is really cool news, again, for just crypto in general, for Cardano. It's a great project to see that IOG is leading this, kind of setting a standard in that regard. But I want to have a conversation about this whole privacy thing, this whole privacy coin thing, data privacy and data protection. And this is just me as not only a content creator, but just I'm in Cardano, I'm in the crypto ecosystem. I see the controversies around privacy coins, and we see controversies all over the place. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just, how are things defined? How are things perceived? And we think about, tokens being called and defined as securities, right? And that's a worry from a regulatory standpoint. And it's just mainly because there's not a lot of regulatory clarity in this space, and we need it. But needless to say, here we are. We have this new project, and I think especially because it's coming from Cardano, it's built on Cardano, I would love some clarity and definition around narratives even. Just what is this? What's going on? So let me explain. Check this clip from the presentation today. I'll put a link in the description. Check it out.
We need to have a privacy coin. We need to have something.
We need to have a privacy coin. Nothing wrong with Charles saying that. I'm not trying to create any type of confusion or, misinformation or anything like that, everybody. I'm watching this develop real time. I'm just curious, especially as somebody that covers Cardano. I would like to have a better understanding. So I'm putting this out there. I put it out there on Twitter as well. The reason why this is because Roman, the CTO at Input Output, said, not privacy coin. Midnight is a data protection-based blockchain. Think more about confidentiality. And I'm not trying to cause conflict between Charles and Roman at all. I'm 100% sure they're on the same page. I'm just trying to kind of bring in some defining factors so that we as a community and as a crypto space can understand truly what everything is and how it should be defined. Because I'm saying this because the crypto media, we know what they do in the headlines. We know what potentially they could throw out there as misinformation. So that's mainly why I'm doing this. Now, again, Roman's a CTO, and I tweeted earlier, as this was kind of breaking and everything was happening, Midnight is not a privacy coin. It's data privacy focused blockchain. The reason I tweeted that was because I saw Roman's tweet, not privacy coin, right? And I just said, I think it would be wise for the community to understand this now. I thought it would be wise to kind of set the narrative now before it starts getting just, parabolic, right? Virality in terms of privacy coin, privacy all over Twitter. I thought it would be cool to get ahead of that. But then I saw Charles's speech and I saw him mention privacy coin. So I added to the thread and I just said, I'd actually love clarity on this before I cover this. Charles, in your presentation, you mentioned privacy coin. I'm also strongly taking into consideration what Roman said below. I think it would be awesome to define this now before the crypto media runs with it, whatever direction they're going to run with it. And then the thread continues because I tagged Roman. I said, I'm also curious if you could chime in now at this point. And he did. And he said, this is what sets Midnight apart. It's not what is called a privacy coin. Think more about confidentiality. The right terminology is data protection. So here we are now kind of more leaning towards a data protection definition of things, the data protection narrative. And I think it is important. So this person said, both are right. Midnight is a data protection blockchain and Dust is a privacy coin. It's kind of like, okay, like maybe there's something to that. Roman replied not long ago and said, I would avoid conflating terms at this point. It's not a Zcash, Monero equivalent. And so I think that's where I'm trying to arrive. What is this the equivalent to? And I guess the worry is, for me, will the crypto media and just the industry as a whole run with this as putting Midnight in the same camp as Zcash and Monero? And I don't think it should at this point. From all the information I have, I do not think it should. And so that's kind of what I'm bringing up. And I 100% am doing it in a humble, respectful way to everybody out there that might disagree with me even talking about this. I'm not trying to cause any type of fear, uncertainty, or doubts. And I'm kind of highlighting that because we all know I covered when the testnet was down, things were going on. I interviewed some devs. This thumbnail caused controversy. And I know Cardano it's Charles' baby. I know Charles was not happy with this thumbnail. And Charles, I do wish I would have taken more into consideration. This is your baby. I could have done a different thumbnail. I think the information we covered was good to cover it. But again, I'm here to build bridges. I'm so interested in Cardano. I am so supportive of the team at IOG, everything that's being built, so supportive of the community. I'm here to build bridges. And so if Charles, if you're out there and you actually happen to come across this video, I would love to have you on the channel. I've been blowing up your email, you know it. And I really want to put this thumbnail behind us because there's so much relevancy, so many relevant things going on in the crypto space and in Cardano, and especially in this bear market as Cardano continues to build. And we say that Midnight now building, just looking for answers as a content creator. That's all I'm doing. I think Roman helped in this thread. I'm curious to see how this plays out. I'm really curious to see how the narrative kind of grows as this news gets released. Let's face it, I don't know how long. Obviously, we do have this article that was on City AM. Not sure how long it will even take the crypto media masses to get around to covering this big, what I think is big news, but I'm sure they will eventually. And it's kind of like, well, how will this be defined? How will this be absorbed by all of the crypto market out there? And that includes crypto haters. How are they going to run with this? And that's kind of something that's on my mind. I know that foundationally it's important to just grow, to just build, ignore the noise. But the fact is the noise is loud, and the noise does set direction for how people think about Cardano. And so I just think it would be cool to define that now. Either way, putting all of that aside, it's just a really, really great, phenomenal project that is now in front of our eyes. Midnight will be a data protection-based blockchain. And I'm telling you that data protection, taking back control of data, just in any space, I think is just so important. To see it in this project built on Cardano, it's really cool as somebody that's interested in Cardano. So again, everybody, let me know your thoughts about everything that I'm talking about. Let me know your thoughts about privacy versus data protection versus what I'm thinking, everything. But either way, awesome news today. Really cool to see Cardano continue to grow and continue to offer its utility to the crypto space and to crypto holders in a bear market. And so that's why I continue to say I think Cardano is just getting started. I appreciate all of you out there. Hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.